AITA for getting my engaged lesbian friends a card directed at straight couples? Okay, so the title of this might be a little confusing, but here is the story. I have a friend I have known for about 5 years now. Let's call her Bethany. She has been with her girlfriend Sarah since around 2017. And even though she has been present since my friendship with Bethany, we are not super close. Recently, they have announced their engagement, and of course I couldn't be more over the moon. A little bit before my last visit to theirs, I decided I would get them a card and a few gifts to say congratulations. Bethany and I have lame sense of humor, which includes buying inappropriate cards and writing over them crudely in Sharpie to make them fit the theme. For example, on my 24th birthday, I was given a Winnie the Pooh 4th birthday card, and Bethany had drawn a tiny 2 to make it say 24. Whilst looking at the engagement cards, I could barely find any that fit same-sex couples. Then, remembering our in-joke, I decided to get one that said, future Mr. and Mrs. and that I would write an extra S to make it fit. I didn't think much of it until the day, and unfortunately it did not go well. Bethany laughed a little until she saw that Sarah seemed a bit upset. Sarah said she did not appreciate my card being directed at opposite-sex couples, and that it was clear I just didn't want to make the effort. She said I did not respect their relationship, and even went as far as to say it was mildly homophobic. I feel really awful as this was not my intention. I tried to explain as much, but I was told to just drop it. I think we are good now, but I'm not sure what to do moving forward. AITA? Nah, because of the reason you did it. I also have gay friends who would find this hilarious. Although I might have messed around with the images too, to make it clear that this was a lesbian couple. Sarah's entitled to her feelings, and it's up to Bethany to bridge the gap between your humor as friends and her fiancé's humor. If you think all is good now, just drop it and remember that Sarah is a bit more sensitive than Bethany. Get a bespoke card for their wedding on an app. It's not too hard these days. Nah, it was a miscalculation based in the nature of your friendship. Reasonable mistake to make. Reasonable for them to not find it funny. Apologize and everyone can move on. Only would be assholes here if you double down on the joke or if they don't accept your apology and forgive. NTA, if it's an established in-joke between you and your friend, then there really should have been no problem once your friend explained it to their fiancé, which it sounds like they never did. The fact that they didn't, and let their fiancé berate you for it, to a pretty extreme degree by the sounds of things, is a bit concerning. NTA. It was a joke with people you have a history with. It misfired. You apologized. I'm sure you've established your bona fides with them in other ways. Don't dwell. NTA, this ridiculous. I'm in a lesbian relationship and I'm thrilled when people can find cards aimed towards same-sex couples. I would have chuckled at this and then moved on. Calling it homophobic is a pretty big reach. I'm a lesbian. I'd have found that really funny. But I also understand how Sarah felt about it. There's so many things in the world that just don't really consider same-sex couples. And it's really disheartening. I know I've walked down card aisles and felt my heart sink a bit. You're NTA because your intentions were good. And I wouldn't take Sarah's reaction personally. Just understand it comes from her experience with homophobia and being disregarded, forgotten about. It probably doesn't come from being upset directly at you. Hopefully this gets resolved if Bethany is able to explain the intentions to her. NTA, not one bit. You can apologize. Yes. As you didn't mean to offend, but you can't help that the stores don't have any options for you. I'm in an interracial relationship and got lots of white-only cards for wedding, haha. Why would I be offended? Though maybe coloring in skin colors would be a bit unwise in this case. Not the same as adding a letter haha. Not all you followed a practice that was long-standing between you and your friend. How were you to know? Nah, I'm not surprised Sarah didn't get it, but you're also NTA for doing it in line with your personal joke with Bethany. I guess because same-sex marriage is fairly new and same-sex couples still receive discrimination. It's a tough one. I'm guessing you're straight, which might have also felt like a dig. NTA. As a queer person, if someone got a card like this for me and my partner, I'd find it funny. Sarah needs to lighten TF up. It was clearly meant to be a joke. There are few things I hate more than people in the queer community who grasp at straws to get offended over something. Makes us all look bad and gives bigots fuel to add to their "you're all snowflakes" fire. NTA Bekwase friend could easily told her fiancé that it was just a joke between you guys and it meant no harm at all. She should NT have freaked out how she did and call you homophobic, but I do understand where she's coming from. She could have said that it made her uncomfortable before but didn't, so that's on her. BC I read a different comment and it said you have made jokes similar to this, so she could said something a while ago. So NTA. Nah, you assumed Beth's partner would have the same sense of humor. Which isn't necessarily a safe assumption, but I don't think it makes you an asshole. I got a "congratulations, it's a boy" card from a friend when I got married, but in my case my husband thought it was hilarious. InTA because it was an inside joke. Clearly, there is no homophobia here. But maybe the card should have been for both of them, not just your friend, so Sarah feels included. NTA. Sarah is the for assuming your intentions, character, and then continuing to be upset and not seeming to accept your explanation. It would be one thing if she was upset, and then you explained to her, and she said I understand. I apologize. I just get defensive because I've faced a lot of judgment and am used to these kinds of jokes being made with malintent. But it seems she chose to continue to be upset and to decide that despite your intentions being innocent, the fact that you offended her makes you innately inconsiderate. Some people will try to justify their response that is caused by negative assumptions due to bad past experiences and the associations they make with those kinds of jokes, and pretend the joke is innately unethical to save face, rather than admitting they took it the wrong way. The mature thing to do would be to take accountability. And if you don't find those types of jokes funny, then say so. But don't guilt trip someone for making an innocent joke that you interpreted as offensive. At least Bethany didn't slap you on stage, rolling on the floor laughing. Info. Bethany didn't jump in and explain any of what you've explained to Sarah. NTA. I think that was hilarious. Woman shrugging, medium light skin tone. NTA. People need to chill out with this stuff and not take every little thing as an attack to their identity. Nah, you changed the Mr. to as Mrs. to accommodate them as a same-sex couple. If she got offended by that, she strikes me as the kind of person who goes out of her way to be offended by anything to justify being an a-hole. Nah, I totally see how you thought that would be funny given the history of your relationship with Bethany. I also totally see how Sarah didn't appreciate it and found it offensive. You made a mistake and misjudged a situation, and that doesn't make anyone involved an asshole. If I were you, I would just give a really good apology to Sarah, making it clear that you understand exactly why she was upset and why an inside joke with Bethany wasn't a great idea to use in this situation, and I'm sure it will all blow over. NTA. Your inside joke didn't land properly. but it seems everything is fine now, so let it go for the sake of your friendship. However, I do think your friend Bethany could have prevented any further misunderstanding with a simple, "We do this type of thing all the time" type of explanation to her fiancé. Also, as a gay man, I can tell you that there isn't exactly an abundance of greeting cards geared towards same-sex couples in most stores. If I had been given a card like this, I would have thought it to be hilarious. Tread lightly around Sarah. The seed has already been planted that she thinks you're homophobic, which can be very difficult to come back from.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.